everyone, welcome back to Channeling Luxury with Dani B, and I want to show you a little bit more of an inside look of the Kelly Pochette by Hermes rather than the mini Kelly. So to kind of do a little bit of a comparison, I don't have one here to show you, but I can go through the details of this bag and we can take a look at it and you can decide what might be better for you. Keep in mind that this bag runs roughly $1,500 or so less than the mini Kelly. So you can get this one for between, I believe it's 55 to 58, and I'll show you this piece. So it's relatively similar in size. This is a 20, a Kelly 20, and you'll see a few small differences. Actually, I can tell you exactly what this one was. This one is $6,050. So price has changed recently a little bit. But it may partly be the details on this bag, as you'll see. So that can alter the price. Okay, so this was an offer to me at the grand opening of, actually the preview day of the Hermes South Coast Plaza Costa Mesa store. My sales associate said she had a surprise for me. This is not, my understanding, it's not a quota bag. This is, if you are given this bag as an opportunity to buy, you can take it or leave it. My sales associate knows I like rose gold hardware, so she offered it to me. Generally speaking, if I have a decent sized purchase, I'll be offered a Lindy or an Evelyn, or usually a Lindy or an Evelyn. This was a little bit different for me. This is the first time I had been offered this bag. So you can see one big difference is that it's designed to be a clutch. It does not have a shoulder strap. Doesn't have the little attachment for it like the mini Kelly does. And it's also a little bit more rectangular than the mini Kelly. It will still stand on its own, still stand up, which is a nice feature. Just have the bag down. It does not have feet on the bottom. So obviously, if you're really concerned about the delicacy of the bag, that's something to consider. The hardware looks really similar. If you wanted to add a strap, the way to do that, my understanding, and I have not picked one up yet, is to purchase a belt in the same color and to use this little gap here and string the belt through, and that acts as your crossbody strap. I've also been told that this will actually hold more than some of the mini Kellys because of the type of leather. It is a Swift leather. Personally, it's my favorite type of leather that they offer other than the exotics. Of course, I haven't been able to get my hands on one yet. But if I'm just comparing what's more commonly available, I like Swift. And I know many of you will say, what, are you kidding me? There's a reason I do. I like its suppleness. It's soft. It's easy to open. It has a little more room to expand. It does scratch more easily. I had a Constance for a little while. Just a few times wearing it, you could see the scratches in the leather, and it was supposedly you can rub it to buff it out. I was able to get a few of the marks out, but not all of them, and it's limited how much I can use that bag for sure. So I prefer the Swift for how it feels. I like the luxurious, very soft, supple leather feel, very much like lambskin at Chanel, but not everybody, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You might prefer something that you might find to be a little bit more, I guess, long-term stable, as it were. So as you open this bag, I love this, by the way, for fall and spring. You can see my little matching Chanel sweater. This sweater's a couple years old, but it's been in constant rotation for a while. So obviously it still has all of the protective plastic on it. You can see it actually holds quite a bit. I did compare this to a small boy in terms of the amount of items I was able to get in it, and I was able to get the same amount in this bag without it coming out the sides like you would have happened in a small boy where there's that larger gap. Sometimes the bag tips over and little things come out. Did not see that with this bag. It has one little pocket inside, if you can see in there, one little slot. It's not a pocket, but a little slot. And the bag is very, very flexible. You can see how stretchy, not stretchy, but how flexible, how giving it is overall. And of course, exceptionally nice quality as you would expect. But again, you are going to have to be okay with not having a crossbody strap, at least unless you want to purchase a belt to go over the bag. So how does it compare? Again, in terms of size, personally, I can get more in this bag than a mini. And again, part of that is the flexibility of the structure and also the shape being a little bit more rectangular. All right, so I will just put him back in his box, and then I will show you our back together, and then I'll show you how it looks in terms of size. So for reference, I'm 5'4", 115 pounds, and this is how it looks for me. You know, my 11-year-old said it looks like something's too small for her. I actually think it's really cool. It's pretty cute, very versatile. Again, this is the Sylvester Mauve color. I think it's versatile for spring, also for the fall, and the leather's phenomenal. So you can save yourself, again, up to a couple grand by purchasing this instead of the Mini Kelly if this doesn't, the fact that it really needs to be worn as a clutch or you need to attach a belt doesn't bother you. If that does, then you may wish to try to be offered a Mini Kelly. So one of the questions I get asked by folks who are looking for one is, which one's easier to get? So that's changed over the years. This has been a long time bag for Hermes. And my understanding is that for a while, this was actually a harder bag to obtain than the Mini Kelly. Now it's kind of flipped a little bit. If you look at resale prices, if you didn't want to hang on to your bag, it just really wasn't your thing after you gave it a shot, and you wanted to see which one you would be able to, you know, to resell for the highest value, it would definitely be the Mini Kelly over the Pochette, but they still actually do resell for quite a bit. So you see the retail value, they're going for about $22,000 on the resale market. So there's still a substantial price difference, better than most stocks. So if that's something that concerns you, the ability to sell it later on, that's something to keep in mind. Certainly the Mini Kelly obviously is a greater potential to get your money back if you need it. So again, beautiful color, beautiful design, and it's definitely an option for those of you looking for having a harder time finding the Mini Kelly. I hope you found this useful. If you did, I would love it if you would subscribe. Please feel free to share your comments. Those of you who have had both bags would love to know the difference in your minds or what might help other people make a decision between the two.